Hi there, this is Christine. I'm a demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am making some alternate cards with this month's Paper Pumpkin, the Gifts Galore Paper Pumpkin kit. So the kit comes with a stamp set, which I've got right here, that we'll be using for these cards. And it comes with everything you need to make 9 treat holders, and they're super cute. So I'm looking forward to crafting with these. So this is essentially what you need to make the treat holder. I'm not going to assemble one right now. And another neat thing in this kit is that it comes with tear-in tape, which is super sticky tape. So you make this little basket. You've got 9 of these cello bags, which are totally food safe, that would go in said basket. And then you've got these really cute shapes. So you've got a snowman, a tree, and some gifts, which I don't have out. It's this one here, if there's not too much glare. And you affix one to the front and one to the back of your treat package, and you've got this fun little freestanding shape with the little bag. But you can also assemble them by putting the basket down flat and putting your shape, and then you only need to use one, which liberates, let's see, 9 of these shapes to turn into cards or other things, right? So I saw somebody put them on paper bags, like to turn them into gift bags, which looked awesome. You can use them as gift tags as well and put your to and from on the back and turn them into nice gift tags. So we're going to use our snowman, but I'm going to put the rest aside. I don't need it right now. And we're going to turn this snowman into a card. The other thing I love with our paper pumpkin kits is you get a stamp set to build your collection each month, and you get an ink spot. The ink spot this month is Flirty Flamingo, which is a little non-traditional, right? These cards are so cute. But it also tells you which colors coordinate with the colors in the kit. So you can easily mix and match with other things you already have, or kind of use it as a template to help you build your collection. So we don't need the instructions because we're going off book. So those who subscribe to Paper Pumpkin with me, we do a class each month virtually, and I provide 2 alternate cards to make with whatever's in the kit. So we're going to make this snowman card. I've used an embossing folder to do the background. This is the Parisian Flourish embossing folder. I've used a different one for the card I'm going to make here, but I just wanted to show it to you. I've used the Stitch Snowflakes dies to do the snowflake back here in the Pool Party, which is one of the coordinating colors. And I cut out a circle to do our sentiment. So I don't need that. I will set that over here. Now, the first thing when I got this kit, as much as I love it, is I was a little perplexed as to why our snowman's nose was green. Usually we use carrots, and most of the carrots I see are orange. So I thought a really fun way to fix that would be to just cut some orange cardstock into an appropriate color for his nose. You don't have to do this. This is just what I'm doing for each one of my snowmen or snow people. So that is the right size to cover that. So it's not measured. If you are doing the cards with me, I have provided you a piece of orange cardstock that you can cut from in case you don't have that color in your stash. And just to add a little bit of fun, I'm using dimensionals to pop up his nose. So to do that, I'm just going to cut the edge of my dimensionals into the size that I need. So using a bigger piece at the end and a tiny sliver down here. You can buy mini dimensionals as well, and they work the exact same way, or you can just buy the regular size and cut them to what you need, which is what I normally do. go. So now he's got an orange nose and I'm happy. You can put, you know, any kind of embellishments that you want on the eyes, on the, you could put buttons on his buttons if you wish. So many options. I've also done, this is a piece of basic white that I've die cut with the Stitched with Whimsy dies, which I just love for detailing for the inside of the card. So this is a piece of Pool Party that I've embossed with an embossing folder. It's one of the two that come with the checks and dots embossing folders. So I did the dots and I find it kind of looks a bit like snow. So just to add a bit of background. And we're using Flirty Flamingo, which is the same color as the ink this month as our card base. So this is just a half piece. So 11 by 8.5 that I've cut in half. Excuse my reach. And scored at the 4 1/4 mark. So I'll just start building a little bit here. So the inside, I'm just going to put a teeny bit of glue on. You really don't need a lot. And if you're using one of our stitched dies, just make sure you don't put glue onto the stitching because it bleeds through and gets messy fast. So a little goes a long way. Now we're ready for the front. So the one thing is our snowman, our snow people, are bigger than a standard card front. You can see how much is sticking off here. So the easiest way I have found to do these is to position your snow person where you want it, glue it to this piece, this layer, and then we'll just trim off what we don't need. And it's a lot easier to see what you don't need once it's glued together. That is not how I made the first card. As I'm sure you have clued into. So I'm not going to put glue like all the way to the edges, especially on the bottom, because I don't want a gluey mess everywhere. So I also don't want his head right in the center, though you can totally do that. Just going to put it a little bit off center. There we go. Now you can use your paper cutter or you can use your scissors. I'm just going to use my paper cutter to do the big one. Show you how easy that is. So this piece measures 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm just going to line it up to the 5 1/4 mark, or line. And I'm just going to chop off the bottom of our snow person. There we go. If you end up with like a ridgy mark at the bottom and you want to get rid of that, the easiest way I have found is using my bone folder, and I'm just gently just going over that ridge and it just flattens it out nicely. And then for the rest, I'm just going to cut along the line. I could have easily just used my my cutter, but I just wanted to show you how simple this is as well. There we go. And we're going to put our snowflake. Maybe I'll put it on this side. Switch it up a bit. And then we've got our sentiment label. I'm using Oh What Fun for this one. Just fits, so it's a little snug. So you'll want to be careful when you line that up. And I have the full-size ink pad, so I'm just gonna use that. So if you're using your stamps for the first time, just a reminder to use them on scrap paper and clean them off really good. And then it takes away any kind of film that might be there from production, and the ink will take to it better. So I'm going to put our snowflake down, and then I'll put this over top I'm switching the placement from my original card. As you may recall, it looked, I had done it on this side. Yeah, I've lined up my snowman differently. So there we go. So the easiest way to put these snowflakes down is just to use a glue dot. I love my glue dots. So I'm just going to press the middle of the snowflake onto the glue dot, press it down with my thumb, then it peels off and it is now stuck to the dot. Excuse my hair. There we go. And then I'm going to use dimensionals to pop up my sentiment on top of that. This isn't a huge circle, so I'm just going to put 3. You can also, you know, kind of put 4 if you wish, but some people just put 1. And I'm like, it'll never hold. What are you doing? You do whatever works best for you. All right. So we'll go with that. And in your kit, you'll also have some embellishments that you can put on. I'm going to use, for this card, the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels. You can use whatever you have got. There are no embellishments in with this kit, so you know, it's really up to you. Just going to use my Take Your Pick tool to pick them up. And I'm going to use the Coastal Cabana ones because they're actually super close in color to the Pool Party. I find they go really well together. Whoop. All right. And I just want to put a couple to add a little bit of bling, you know, not a lot though. Okay. Sometimes it's easiest to use the putty end. My goodness, I'm having trouble here. There we go. And that is our, oh, I need to glue these pieces together, and that is our card. I've also provided you with an envelope, so, you know, use your stamps as you wish to decorate your envelope. And if you want to add some ink on the inside of your card, I will actually do that before we finish this one. So it's quite non-traditional, and I don't know why. I associate flamingo with the 80s. I don't know why. But I like it anyway. As a child of the 80s, you know, it always just sticks with me. All right. So there's these cute little snowflakes included in the stamp set. So I'm just going to put a couple of those on. I usually like to turn my stamp to be able to, so it doesn't look quite as deliberate. And so we've got a little flurry of pink snowflakes. And so this is our first card. So, oh, what fun. And I'm going to stop this video here, and I'm going to do a separate video for the second card, just so it's not quite so long. So thanks for watching, and please let me know if you have any questions.